I've just discovered some brand new dieting science that can help. What if eating the right kind of carbs could actually help you lose weight by regulating hunger? With the help of researchers from Imperial College London, I want to show the McConnans how changing the kind of carbs they eat could be a huge weapon in battling hunger and losing weight. So I've invited them and some volunteers down to the farm to find out more. I've divided my volunteer farmhands into the reds and the blues. I'm feeding the reds a breakfast of refined carbohydrates, white toast and cereal, just the kind of carbs the McConnans usually choose. But I'm feeding the blues a breakfast of porridge and pumpernickel bread. These are unrefined carbs. I want the McConnans to see who's going to get hungry first and understand why. OK teams, so that's breakfast done. In a moment I'm going to take you outside and we're going to give you your chores. And if you start to feel hungry at any point, wave your team colours and I'll be checking in on you. Ready for action? Yes. Come with me. After a thorough farmyard safety briefing, the team start working and start scoring how hungry they feel.
There we go.
They're all working up an appetite.
Right, I'm hungry now.
It's almost time for lunch and a well-earned break.
That's me done as well. I'm hungry. I want some lunch.
The hunger scores so far show an incredible difference. The red team, who ate the refined carbs, felt almost 20% more hungry than the blues. Why would eating toast instead of porridge make such a huge difference? I want to show them with a little bit of farmyard creativity. Don't laugh. This is your innards. When we eat, signals fire off from our stomach and our small intestine to our brains to tell us we're full. Now, red group, you had a breakfast which was full of refined carbohydrates. And what happens is they leave the stomach fairly quickly, and that's why you start to feel peckish more quickly. Blue group, on the other hand, you had unrefined carbohydrates. Not only do they stay in the stomach for longer, they also take longer to be digested and absorbed in the small intestine, so you're getting more messages to your brain saying, it's okay, I'm still full, I don't need any more food. I want to show the teams exactly what foods I'm talking about. Here we have our refined carbs, okay? And you can see we've got white bread, white pasta, we've got cake, we've got crisps. All unrefined carbs, like wholemeal bread or pasta, help trigger those fuller for longer signals. But I've chosen a special selection: oats, chicory, leeks, pulses and beans, because they do something extra to help fight hunger. All of these keep on being digested right into your bowel, where bacteria go to work. We all have around 4 pounds or 2 kilos of bacteria living in our large bowel. And those bacteria like to feed on undigested food. And the process that's going on here is a process of fermentation. We're all familiar with one byproduct of this process: gas. But scientists now believe that fermentation also has a surprising effect on our brains and how hungry we feel. As the blue team's bacteria break down those carbs, more messages should fire off to their brains to keep their hunger at bay. That process is what is triggering those fuller for longer messages. And I'm going to prove that to you. Let's go. First, it's time for lunch. Everyone gets a jacket potato, but the blues baked bean topping should keep them fermenting away for the rest of the day. To prove that it's the fitting carbs that are helping the blues beat hunger, we're testing everyone's breath for hydrogen. The more hydrogen we find, the more fermentation is going on. Dare I ask, how's the fermentation?
The fermentation is doing very well. The fermenting process has started.
Yes, you're winning.
The farm work is finished and now it's time for the results. Their breath tests show that the blues were experiencing 3 times more fermentation than the reds. But it's their hunger scores that are truly amazing. Over the course of the day, the blues were a staggering 25% less hungry than the reds. Just looking at these results, If you change from refined carbs to fermentable carbs, then you're going to feel much more full for longer each day, and you'll be much less likely to snack.
The right kind of carbs sent more signals to the blues' brains to tell them they were full.